9:07. In less than 3 hours, the United Way of Pickens County kicks off its annual meeting. The event celebrates the accomplishments of United Way volunteers over the past year, but also looks toward what's next.
And Fox Carolina's Anna Winter is joining us live at Tri-County Tech College. Their Easley campus there where the event will take place.
Well, good morning, Margaret, Ann, and Ashley. It's a beautiful morning here on the campus, and we're actually starting to see some of the event organizers show up, roll in for this event this morning. It starts at 11:30, but everyone is starting to get here now to just finish those final setups. We do know it is early, but I need to talk to you guys about some numbers because these numbers are serious. I got out my phone so I could make sure that we've got the exact numbers here. So 1,979. That's the number of Pickens County children and their families who are homeless. Another number for you, 17%. That's the percentage of Pickens County in residents who have a low income and struggle to meet their most basic needs. Those numbers are coming to us from the United Way of Pickens County. They focus their efforts on local people, the people living in Pickens County, and that's why we're hearing so many numbers, those numbers you just heard from specifically Pickens County, to give you a better idea of exactly how the United Way helps and what they're working to do all year long. But that's what they're celebrating today, is exactly what they do all year long. The organization has a program teaching people how they can be financially stable. And Jennifer Shirley, who's with the United Way, who we just saw a couple of minutes ago, she came in here, she was talking to us, but yesterday she told us that teaching these key financial skills can actually help break a generational problem.
So many people that we work with in our financial coaching program have never had positive financial management modeled for them. And so they are not making good choices because they're making the choices that their families made before them. They're taking out really high interest loans in order to fulfill some of the needs in their family because they don't know that there might be another option.
And this morning at the meeting, one of the graduates of that financial stability program is going to speak to everyone, telling everyone how it's really changed her life. Again, the meeting this morning starts at 11:30. Reporting live in Easley, I'm Anna Winter for Fox Carolina News.